Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. We're doing well on this 22, whatever you want to call it, January 2025, my freaking birthday, and that's why we're gonna play the Tokyo Ghoul, baby. I want to apologize for the lack of content yesterday. Our phone was broken, and this other phone didn't have the space to download both Arc Knight and both Tokyo Ghoul. Now, I don't prefer Arc Knight to Tokyo Ghoul, but there's more content to Arc Knight. And this is a really good event right now that I want to take advantage of. So instead of taking a day off a game that I could take a week off, I take a day off of a game I take months off at a time, but not right now. So today we're filming the mukbang of my birthday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys on the side. I'm going to be chilling with you guys, going to hear me talk. We're talking Matrix today, which is really, really, really good. And that's pretty much the day. We have a lot to do, but we have a shit ton of time, so you do not have to worry, friends. Sorry about this. So, funnily enough, the Matrix at the very beginning is and it's very weird. And it's very weird. It is the sequel to Terminator, which is insanity. Why? Well, there's a couple of reasons why. So, it's funny. I think I do believe strongly there's so many. Bro, we broke the phone yesterday. That already make it fall. I do believe that there's so many ways to see Terminator. Now, Terminator, weirdly speaking, right? Weirdly speaking, is a lot simpler than Matrix. The Matrix is shining through its complicity, its complexity. Terminator is simple. A robot from the future come back, right? And sorry, I'm watching MasterChef season 10, and it's just emotional. It's a beautiful show, right? And it's free on YouTube on More Nick channel. It is 16 hours of great content. The Matrix is very complicated, very complex. Terminator is super easy, but on paper, yes. And the principle is very hard. So Terminator, a robot from the past, comes in and kills or try to kill John Connor. Why? Because John Connor is the Messiah. Right? John Connor, the Messiah, the leader of the resistance. Right? Now, I forget the relationship between John Connor and Neo. Right? But they're both the main character. So, you think the main character is Sarah Connor? You think the main character is Arnold? Is John? Now, ultimately, the Terminator relies on one very, very simple thing. We created AI. AI took over. AI was supposed to protect the human being, understood that the only way to destroy the human beings was to kill them, right? I'm like, holy shit. And then what you realize is that we created that, right? So we were a master of our own demise. We were a master of our own apocalypse. Now, the really cool thing here, the most important thing is understanding that because we're doing that, the timeline, the right future, we're talking about multiverses, a timeline, right? And the powerful thing that you see here is like, holy shit, this is the timeline where we die, we don't survive, right? But there's a resistance, and that resistance is led by a John Connor. So the whole movie, you're like, holy shit. And I know I'm reading myself, but it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful because when you realize that this is supposed to be It's supposed to be a analogy or a comparison to God. Absolutely amazing. So you're taking a Terminator, right? And you send it back to time. And ultimately speaking, you do send it back to time with one person, a guy named Kyle. Now, who's Kyle? Sir Wizard 3, one of my best friends. Who's Kyle? Kyle Brokowski from South Park. Kyle is a guy from the future. And he's supposed to save Sarah Connor. Why? Because she's the mother of John Connor. If he doesn't save her, he's not born. If John isn't born, the future is doomed, right? Now, during the movie, right? Kyle and Sarah have sex. And then realize that the father of John was Kyle. But here's where the tricky part is. Kyle went back to the past to save John, but it went in the past to create John, right? Now, why is that so special? Why is that so special? Because without the Terminator, there wouldn't be a need for Kyle to go back. So without the apocalypse, there would be a need for a second coming of Christ. Now, also speaking, we know the Bible, right? And we know that Jesus came from Mary, and Joseph, right? But we know that Joseph wasn't really the father. It was immaculate misconception, or conception. Sorry, a little bit too much of mustard and white, you know? So you're like, holy shit. He was born by a lot. And even if you see, we can see another character that looks like that. Anakin Skywalker. Anakin Skywalker doesn't have a father. He was born by the Force, right? You realize that there's a lot of characters out there that are directly an image of Jesus. I believe that they really, truly convey the spirit of the Christ. Not really, but still. Now, Terminator is very important because of that. Now, in Terminator, a couple of things that are super important were against the robot. The robot died, right? We win. We don't win. In the Matrix, and the world is led by machines. We didn't win. The only one who can win is Neo. Right? So the story of the Matrix is actually really important. A guy called Neo. It's recruited by a guy called Morpheus. Now, I don't know what Morpheus is supposed to represent. Is it a prophet? I don't know. So tell him he's living in a simulation. Now, before we even start, this movie was made in 1999. Amazing movie. It looks really good. Keanu Reeves? You kidding me? Fucking good. We were eating, but I don't have the time otherwise. We're celebrating. So, it's not because Neo. Okay, so they're living in a almost weird because Neo is starting a movie not believing them. And then he has to take 2 pills, right? And there's multiple reference. Oh, for fuck's sake, Ink. After you wonder how you break it. Because you're a fucking dumbass. There's multiple reference to Alice in Wonderland. Now, Alice in Wonderland was in multiple way life-changing So Alice in Wonderland is the story of a dumb blonde that falls in a hole and discovers another world, right? But she's not a dumb blonde. She is the not necessarily chosen. She fell into a hole, and in that hole she fell. She saw a talking buddy, talking cat, a kingdom, right? And in the kingdom, she realized that it's another reality. Now the insane thing, which reality is real? Reality what we told you, what you saw, what you lived through, right? One of my favorite game ever. One of my favorite game ever is Majora's Mask, right? Now the great thing with Majora's Mask is, on paper, the reason why it's so similar to the first game, which is Ocarina of Time, which is Hyrule, is because they released Ocarina of Time a year before the Nintendo 64 was over. We worked so hard on the system, we want to put out another game. So they reused kind of people. But at the very same time, Alice is, and always will be, the leader behind it because she fell into a hole. Main character fell into a hole. See, Alice in Wonderland is the pioneer of Matrix. Why? The title of the movie is Alice in Wonderland. But it's never specified if the Wonderland is the world she was before or the world she sees now. Now, I know what you're saying. Ink, she's still talking buddy, bro. She's still talking buddy, and there's no way that this is the real world. Well, here we are. In the beginning of the movie of Alice in Wonderland, right? In the beginning of the movie, good. Nobody sees the world. Now we have this book. Now this book was written by a French-Canadian writer, Patrick Cal, which is Alice in Wonderland. Now this is a very, very, very adult book. It's not porn, but it's similar to porn. So Alice is this girl who she meets people, and those people give her a lot of drugs, and that drug she falls into a kind of like a wonderful world. But in the reality, she's getting raped, she's getting attacked. So this world is to her better. Now, why am I talking about Alice or this Alice, right? Because at the very beginning, Morpheus, which is the guide of Neo, which is the second coming of Christ, is offered a choice: a blue pill to keep living in a reality where everything is given to you, right? Or the red pill where you're able to fight in live in a real world. Now, ultimately speaking, right? The blue pill, Matrix is such an amazing movie. The blue pill is the easy choice. You want to have a line that you had before, right? And the worst thing is, you see, Morpheus does give two pills. We don't know how much time since he started doing this. We don't know how long he's been fighting the Matrix, right? The Matrix is the world in which Neo first lived in. So, and then you're like, holy shit. The ship has 9 people in it. How many people took the blue pill, right? Was it a dozen? Was it 20? You'll never know. The thing, I think that's a beautiful thing with the Matrix. Now, we're gonna do special. We're gonna finish with the review of the movie, and then we're gonna be talking about the concept of the movie. So, in the beginning is the movie. The first one is actually really good. See, so when I see the trilogy, I of course think about Lord of the Ring, right? My favorite trilogy. I of course talk about something I spoke before, which is the prequel of Star Wars, right? And both ways, we had the exact same thing with the Matrix. So in the first movie of the Lord of the Ring, we're preparing Frodo to have the courage to go on his ship alone. On the first movie of the Star Wars, when it said that Anakin is the leader. On the third movie, which is the Matrix, we understand that Neo is the chosen one, and we train him. Now, ultimately speaking, the first one, the beauty of the movie is Neo is likely the least important character. There's a betrayer. The movie, when you're a kid, you hate the betrayer, but when you're an adult, you understand what the betrayer betrayed. You understand? Morpheus sold them a vision. Morpheus sold them, again, Morpheus being the leader, sold them a vision that wasn't true. He sold them a combat that they couldn't win. They said, you know what? I promise you a promised land. But he didn't promise the promised land. He said, there's a promised land. I'll take you there. But he didn't say the truth. Now, ultimately speaking, I think it's nuts because the Matrix in itself is actually so interesting. You know that Neo is the chosen one, right? You know that Neo is the chosen one. You know that there's machines. You know that ultimately we're victims, right? But then you don't know if Morpheus is right. We don't know. We meet the Oracle. The Oracle, she tells Neo, you're not the chosen one. But Morpheus believes it. So, like, your whole plan is on Neo being the chosen one. It's like Anakin being the chosen one. But you know that Neo might not be the chosen one. So you sacrifice everything, right? The best thing about Matrix is, once again, there's such a good explanation. It's such a good world building. We know what the Matrix is. The Matrix is this made up world, right? Which is amazing because it's an alternate reality. And when they're doing that, they're putting people so they can put them in deep sleep and they're constantly dreaming. And they're putting them in deep sleep because the human is a great form of energy for the machine. They need the batteries, right? So it's nice because you have a good world building. It's not a matter of how shitty the world is. It doesn't matter how complicated the world is, right? But it's more so about the fact that, okay, well, guess what? There's a completely made up world. And the beauty of the Matrix is that. The beauty of the Matrix is that the world in itself is very similar to your own. So I was thinking about Alice in Wonderland, right? Which is where I want to go. Wonderland is a talking rabbit, there's a talking cat, so you think, okay, well, there's no way this is true. There's no way. But in the Matrix, you don't get that. You do not get that jump in reality where this is fake, right? And the funny thing is, Matrix doesn't have to do shit. As long as the common people believe that this is reality, they'll convince each other, right? They'll convince each other. And the movie in itself is amazing because you're seeing Neo. And the best thing about Neo is my favorite character in that movie. For 100%. He's being captured, shot at Trinity. You know that the chosen one, he doesn't know. The first movie isn't I'm gonna be the best. The first movie is I'm gonna have to fight, I'm gonna have to fight. And then at the end he realized that yes, he is the chosen one. Not because he thought about it, it's because he couldn't get killed. He resurrected. Because he resurrected, he said like, oh, I'm the chosen one. But this happened in the last sentence of the movie. Right? We believe in a leader that's Morpheus, but Morpheus, if he's wrong, then he's not a leader, he's a liar. So there's a very fine line between I'm leading you to glory or I'm leading you to hell, right? So there's a road, and there are two forks. Now the first fork is Promised Land, second fork is hell. Morpheus is the one that leads and say, yo, I don't really know, but let's take the left one just for fun. If he's wrong, you're gonna hate him. If he's right, you can say, yo, he's a leader, you know? Yeah, special. And then, in the first movie, you have a betrayer. But in the betrayer, he's not really a bad guy. He's just a guy that doesn't believe in the vision of Morpheus. Once again, the perceived bad guy is Morpheus. That puts everybody's life in danger, right? The movie in itself rely on two scenes. The first scene is Neo has something in his stomach, which is a machine. The second one is the fact that he's waking up and he's surrounded by all of these robots, all of these capsules of people. And holy shit, dude, that's the reason. This is the proof that this is true. But if you don't see those two scenes, you just say that it's not true. Right? Now, the Matrix itself also relies on belief. And it's weird because when you said that Neo was the second coming of Christ in the writer's book, or mind, you realize that the belief is actually super important. You see Jesus walking and telling people, I can save you. People believe him. The apostates all believed him. Right? They all believed him. And the weird thing, the really weird thing is, in the Bible, there's a guy called Judas who ends up betraying. Right? Now, what people don't know about Judas, which is the betrayer, what people don't know about Judas is they said, if you don't give out Jesus, we'll kill every single one of your friends. The only one that has to die is Morpheus. One of that has to die is Jesus, right? They also give him 10 coins, knowing that he cannot feed himself, right? Knowing that he's constantly poor. And they tell him, they ultimately give him the easy life. So, I was thinking back about Matrix and the blue pill and the red pill, right? They're basically giving Judas the blue pill. And Judas takes the blue pill because he doesn't believe in the red pill anymore. Now, ultimately, he betrayed Jesus. Ultimately, he's one of the worst villains in history if you believe in Jesus. But ultimately, he's just a guy that was afraid. He's just a guy that didn't believe hard enough. But the apostates are all of them, they're believer, which is amazing. So the movie of the Matrix does rely a lot. Now, what I like about the movie is when Neo understands that this is a program, and then you can learn things. They put him through 10 hours of learning to fight Kung Fu and everything like that. And that's really when you understand that Neo understands what is going on, which is important. We're going to talk about that a lot more later on because this is the most important thing of the movie. And the movie that completely blew my mind yesterday. My phone was broken yesterday. We watched the movie 2 times. It was so good. My problem is with the agent. So the agent is trying to stop Neo. But again, the agents are doing wrong. So, basically speaking, right? The agents are trying to stop Neo because Neo is about to reveal the whole truth that this is a simulation. Right? But the weird thing is, the really weird thing is, it's so hard to talk about. It's so hard to talk about because it's deeper thinking, it's inner thinking, it's unbelievable. You're seeing the real world and how shitty it is. How shitty it is. And yes, those are basically, humans are basically bred to produce energy for the machines, right? But they're living a normal life. They're living a life where they're working and they're living into a world where ultimately nothing will happen to them. Versus living in a world where you're basically eating shit the whole day because there's no food, there's no animal, there's no plant, there's no vegetable. So, technically speaking, oh my god, holy fuck, this is so complicated. Oh yeah. Fuck, dude. So, in the beginning of the movie, once again, Morpheus gives Neo 2 choices. The blue pill, the red pill. The blue pill saying, what's the life that you have? Okay? The red pill help us fight the machine. Morpheus give a choice. It doesn't impose a choice. Neo and the gang comes in destroy the world of the machine. You're imposing a choice. You're imposing the red pill on everybody, right? And then I have another movie in. That other movie is Fight Club. In Fight Club, the plot, the purpose of the Fight Club is you realize that a bunch of men are pussies. They're pussies. And because a bunch of men are pussies, you're like, okay, well, guess what? We're gonna make them strong again. We're gonna give back our freedom. We're gonna take back the power from government and shit like that. So we're gonna make a very powerful group, which is an anarchist group, which is gonna take over. Now, the funny thing is, in that movie, right, there's a character called Tyler Durden. Now, Tyler Durden, spoiler, doesn't exist. He's in the mind of the narrator. There's no name for the narrator. There's no name, right? Tyler Durden is a make-believe. Now, the plan of the original narrator, the original plan was good. Create a powerful race of men who can fight and protect the society. Versus the same race of people who are watching TV and being guided. No. Create smart men that have strength. Create strong women that have mind and can defend the society. Ultimately created create a community or a society where you're not reliant on higher power, which is government, which is authority. Right? You rely on each other. See, in the Fight Club, there's people in the Fight Club, all of them are friends. Right? They want that for the people. Because right now, you're relying on higher power. You're relying on new president. New president. There's a lot of people call idiocracy. I don't do politics. You're reliant on your boss to get paid. You're reliant on the grocery store to give you food. Right? You're also reliant on the police to stop you or to stop the bad guy from stealing your food. But if I told you that alone you have to survive, how can you survive? Right? No grocery, no nothing. You can't. Wow. 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 See, Neo by imposing the red pill is actually showing the truth. Like, guys, wake up. Which also imposing apocalypse. You're also imposing on people to fight back. Now, the thing with the Matrix is the main plot of the book, of the movie, because it's the book first. They're telling you you're enslaved by the machine. If they're saved, they're enslaved by Morpheus or Neo himself. It's a life of choosing fight versus a life of running away. The job of dating is super smart. We talked about it a little bit. And in psychology, you have two resolutions. The first resolution, I'm watching Master Chef and it's emotional, right? Those are the people that have dreams. So like, holy shit. Right? So the funny thing, the really funny thing is, there's fights, the red pill, there's fight the blue pills. Well, that's a hard thing. Even then, 9 people in the ship, there was one traitor. The Judas of Neo. It's a great movie. Now, ultimately, multiple times. And he confirmed that in the Matrix. Right? But another character, the Oracle, the Keymaker, they all choose to live in the Matrix. They all choose to live there. But we're talking about the psychological aspect of it, which is amazing. That movie, it's so amazing. It makes you think so hard. So the important character is Trinity. She's love interest, but when we start the movie, Neo doesn't really trust Morpheus. The only one that he trusts is Trinity. This is really, 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 really important, you know? But the beautiful thing is, Neo has lived majority of his life baby. The weird thing is, Neo has so many memories, right? So many memories. His whole life was a lie. But I'm gonna ask you a question. And that question is very important. If I told you right now, right here, right now, that you're in the Matrix, that your whole life is a lie, if you had a good life, what's the most important thing? You had a good life? Did they lie to you? Or... Sorry, I'm watching MasterChef 710, it's amazing. It's a shame because for some people, all of those good memories don't mean nothing because they were lies. Good memory is reliant on your soul, reliant on how you feel, reliant on what the it's stuff. Was the emotion better than the lie? Right? You're in a relationship, right? You're in a relationship for 10 years. And your partner cheat on you. And he cheated on you. Or she cheated on you, okay? And they cheated on you once. Only once. I say fuck you. Cheat on me. Right? I don't care how many times you cheat on me. Now, the fact the last 10 years were lies. No. More were honest, more were truthful. It's not because I'm actually looking for the blue pills. When you watch a movie, I would watch the first one, okay? Give me a chance. You're supposed to say I would take the red pill. And I don't know if I would. See, the good guys explain things like shitty. So, they go into Matrix and they go next to a restaurant. And they go to a restaurant, and it's a beautiful, 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 beautiful duality. So with Neo, the good guys, he goes to a restaurant and said, "Holy shit! I ate there for years. They had amazing, amazing noodle. Are none of my memories true? Are none of my memories reality? Right?" And then, and it's beautiful. It's very Star Wars-ish. Neo said, "Is everybody that I ever had fake? Was my whole life fake?" And Trinity, the love interest, she answered, "I don't know." We had the exact same thing with Judas. Judas goes to a restaurant and he's eating with an agent, with the bad guy, and they're eating steak. And this is the best part of the movie. My favorite part. And he's eating a steak. And he has the mentality, he's saying something that really resonates in my soul. Mm. Mm. Wow. Ultimately speaking, it's such a hard thing because he's not presented with a steak. And he said the following. And I know it by heart because it really resonates with me. He said, "It's weird. I know the steak in front of me. I know how it tastes like. I do not know if I'm tasting the steak or am I doing what my brain is tasting." And this is something that I've said a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago. It's something I've been saying a long time. Something that I realized with life. For example, I'm going to be drinking energy drinks. And I know there's a smell of a flavor. There's a flavor there. It doesn't matter how it tastes. I know it's a flavor, so my brain is going to reproduce that taste. And I said that, and I said it multiple times. And this one, it said, I know what it's not supposed to taste like. But my brain is telling me that this is steak. And he doesn't ask the question. And he says, doesn't matter. I'm enjoying a steak. And it's hard to argue, right? It's weird. The other part of the movie, for example, the part of the movie where Neo asks, "Are every single of my memories are true?" If you think about with Alzheimer, right? They'll forgive loved one. They'll remember some moments. For example, I was seeing this father and daughter today. On not in real life, on TikTok. And on TikTok they were saying, "Do you know who I am?" And the guy said, "No, I don't know who you are. I know you're important to me, but I don't know who you are." And then the daughter said, "Does it bother that I call you dad?" The guy said, "Yes." They called each other by name. And it doesn't matter if if you remember her as a daughter. They share so many memories together. They share so many moments with them. That's more important, you know? It doesn't matter if your steak tastes like steak. If your steak like steak. The thing that matters is very simple. Am I happy? Yes or no? And then you ask yourself the question, what is happiness? Right? I don't know. Is being happy more important than the reason I'm happy? I don't know. I don't really know. Really good. It's nuts, bro. It's nuts. And a movie. I mean, 99. But then every single answer. See? There's something that Morpheus said that haunts you. And they're training with Neo. They're training, right? And they're training, and they're training, and they're training. And see, such an amazing movie. And you see Neo that having a hard time breathing. And Morpheus looks at him and say, "You still don't believe that you're breathing." The truth behind the magic. It's easy peasy, dude. What's real, what's not. Right? Which has to depend though, emotional. But there's more than that. There's a lot more than that. It's not what's real is what's not. What do I believe? I can tell you a lie and you believe it. Somebody can tell you the truth and you don't believe it. It's really hard. But the magic takes so many good questions. And there's so many concepts of ultimately is sorry. See, I believe in white lie. Like your parents are telling you, hey, don't act correctly, Santa Claus is not gonna come for you. Like now, what is it? It's bribing with send a gift. It's lying, right? But then you're teaching your kid to be a good kid. You're teaching your kid to be a decent human being. And that will serve him all his life. So, for example, right? You believe in Santa Claus for 9 years of your life. Now, the first 3 years you don't remember shit. But you were lied to for 6 years. But because you were lied to for six years, your whole entire life, you're gonna be better. And that is nuts. Anyway, long enough video. It was a really good talk. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Bathroom. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to Let's Play. Welcome to another video on this 22nd January 25, my birthday. We're gonna be filming the nature porn. It's actually beautiful, right? But not with this phone, because this phone is okay. Thankfully, we have the other phone that's now repaired. And yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait about 15 minutes more, and then we'll go in. So super happy that you guys are here, and super happy that we get to film this. There'll be a nature park today. I don't know for how long. It's gonna be one promise. كويس. تمام. Sorry guys, we had diarrhea. I am so sorry. Ugh. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this stream. I'm going to start another one. Because after that we're going to be, sorry. So we're going to stop this. We're going to do the dailies. After that we're going to be filming outside. We'll be back.